Have you ever wondered what happens when the heart stops, but the soul whispers secrets of serenity? Imagine a mind-blowing glimpse. People who've danced with death return not haunted, but healed by waves of love that make life's chaos feel like a distant dream. Welcome to Soft-Spoken Truths, the most relaxing near-death experience facts to fall asleep. We'll ease into those soft-spoken wonders tonight, guiding you gently toward slumber. If these tranquil tales touch your heart, hit subscribe on our channel for more nightly peace. Let's start with the light that calls us home.
Hey buddy, close your eyes and imagine slipping into a tunnel that's not dark or scary, but wrapped in the softest, warmest light you've ever felt, like the sun rising inside your chest. I remember reading about this lady, Emily, who crashed her car and everything went black. Then bam, this gentle glow pulled her in. It was like floating through honey, she said in her interview, every inch alive with comfort, no rush, just peace inviting me forward. You know that feeling when you step into a cozy room after a storm? Multiply it by infinity. Another guy, a firefighter named Luke, had a heart attack on the job. He told his buddies later the tunnel wasn't cold space. It was lined with this golden haze that hugged my soul, easing every fear I'd carried from those fires. Science folks like Dr. Sam Parnia have studied this in thousands of cases. Over half report that welcoming light not as hallucination, but something realer than waking life.
Think about your own rough days, deadlines, arguments, dissolving in that glow. A kid named Mia, only 8 after a bad fall, drew it for her teacher. Pretty tunnel like a hug from the sky, making me feel safe. The warmth touches everything, melting regrets, filling gaps with hope. One survivor, a mom called Nina, shared, "It beckoned without words, promising rest I'd craved forever." No pressure, pure invitation. As you unwind tonight, let that image settle, a soft, warm tunnel guiding you to dreams. Feel the gentle pull now, easing you deeper. Listen up, pal. Have you ever felt a presence so loving it knows your every thought and still says you're perfect? That's what hits folks in these stories, a welcome that feels like the universe itself opening its arms. Take old Mr. Jenkins, a farmer who flatlined in his field. He faded out, and suddenly this energy surrounded him. "It greeted me like an old friend," he told his grandkids later, "knowing my whole messy life but wrapping me in kindness anyway." No stern looks, just pure acceptance. Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross collected tales like this. Beings of light that radiate understanding no matter your past. Relatable, right? Like that one person who sees through your tough shell. A young nurse, Carla, after a botched surgery, shared, "This presence welcomed me, whispering inside my head, 'Well done, you've been brave.' Kids get it too. Little Theo, post-accident, said to his mum, 'A warm light person said hi and knew my favourite toy. Felt like Daddy's bedtime stories, but bigger.' The connection's instant, healing old doubts. One veteran, scarred from war, felt it say, 'You're home now, no more battles.' No religion push, it's universal. As night quiets around you, imagine that loving welcome waiting. Breathe it in, let it soothe those hidden spots. Folks come back changed, kinder to themselves, open to others. Like they forgive grudges, chase dreams stalled by fear. So relax. Know somewhere a presence waits, ready to greet you with that same depth. All right, lean in. Picture a love so overwhelming it crashes over you like the biggest, warmest wave. No strings attached. Just pure acceptance flooding every crack in your heart. It's the core of so many accounts, that tidal surge making you feel utterly cherished. Sarah, a teacher who nearly drowned hiking, recounted it vividly. "Suddenly this love hit. deeper than family, romance, anything. It whispered, "You're enough, flaws and all." No earning it. It's given freely. Researchers like Dr. Bruce Grayson surveyed thousands. Most feel this infinite affection transforming them. A dad, Ben, post-stroke, said to his wife, "Babe, it was love that fixed every broken piece in seconds, made me see our fights as tiny blips." Think of your insecurities vanishing in that rush. Even tough guys crack. A biker named Ray admitted, "That love knew my regrets and loved me harder, realer than leather on the road." Kids sense it pure. Young Lily, after a scare, beamed, "It felt like a gazillion hugs saying I love you forever." It sticks after return, sparking empathy. One lady, a busy exec, shared, "I listen better now because that love waits for everyone." No ego walls, just oneness. As you breathe slow tonight, let that wave roll in. Feel unconditional love wrapping you tight. It's always there, quiet but strong. Hey there, imagine popping out of your body, hovering above in total calm, watching the frenzy below like a serene cloud. That's the out-of-body peace so many describe. No panic, just freedom. Jake, a skier who hit a tree, said, "I floated up, seeing medics work on me, but felt zero pain. Pure quiet, like drifting on a summer breeze." Why calm? The body's chaos stays grounded, your light unburdened. The International Association for Near-Death Studies notes over 60% report this, often verifying room details impossible otherwise. A grandma, Ethel, during her operation, shared, "I watched from the ceiling, hearing docs chat about lunch, serene as knitting in my rocker." Relatable to zoning out in bed, amplified to bliss, even trauma fades. A crash survivor, Tom, said, "Above the wreckage, sirens blared, but I floated unbothered, wrapped in silence." Kids say it fun. Boy Scout Danny told his troop, "I flew like a bird over the hospital, happy and light, no ouchies." It hints we're more than flesh, easing death worries. A skeptic prof experienced it and said, "That peace proved consciousness lingers. As sleep tugs you tonight, picture floating now. Above stresses, in perfect calm, let it lift you gently to rest." Hey there, friend. Let's talk about one of the most heartwarming parts people share. Reuniting with beloved pets who've been waiting on the other side, looking young and full of life again. So many come back with tears of joy because their furry companions were right there, tails wagging, ready for cuddles. Take Joan, a widow who'd lost her golden retriever Max 10 years earlier. During her heart surgery, she slipped away and suddenly felt a familiar wet nose pushing into her hand. "It was Max," she told her son later, voice breaking, "running to me like a puppy again, no arthritis, coat shining like the day we brought him home." He jumped up, paws on her chest, licking her face with that same enthusiastic love. Joan buried her fingers in his fur, breathing in the scent she'd missed every single day. "He sent me waves of pure happiness," she said, telling me without words that he'd been watching over the house, sleeping at the foot of my bed. Then there's Robert, a veteran, who never got over putting down his German Shepherd buddy after cancer. In the light after his own stroke, Buddy came bounding across a sunlit field. "He tackled me gently," Robert shared quietly. "Rolling me over like we used to play in the yard. I felt his strong body, heard his happy bark echoing perfectly." All the guilt Robert carried vanished in that playful reunion. Buddy looked him straight in the eyes, communicating forgiveness and endless devotion. Even cats show up. A lady named Margaret met her tabby Whiskers sitting regally on a garden wall. "She jumped into my arms, purring louder than ever," Margaret smiled, her fur soft as kitten days, eyes bright green again. They curled up together in soft grass, whiskers kneading her chest, just like old times on the couch. Children see it innocently. Little Emma, revived after drowning, drew pictures of heaven filled with every pet she'd lost, her hamster running in golden wheels, goldfish swimming in crystal streams, and especially her bunny thumping happily toward her. "They all came running," she told her mum, and said they missed my hugs. Researchers like Dr. P.M.H. Atwater have hundreds of these stories. Animals radiate the same unconditional love as light beings, sometimes leading people deeper into beautiful realms or playfully guiding them back when it's not time. One man who'd lost his horse decades ago felt warm breath on his neck, then strong hooves galloping beside him. "She nuzzled me like before morning rides," he whispered. "Every lonely day since her passing healed in that moment." The reunions feel completely natural. No awkwardness, just overwhelming relief and joy. Pets appear healthy, vibrant, personalities shining brighter. Communication is heart to heart, no language needed. A woman who euthanized her elderly cat received waves of gratitude for ending suffering, then joyful leaps ahead into deeper peace. As you relax tonight, think of every animal you've loved, their soft fur, trusting eyes, the way they made hard days bearable. Picture them waiting, young and happy, ready with that first enthusiastic greeting. Let their love reach you now, gentle and constant, watching over your sleep. Come settle in and imagine the moment you see familiar faces you've ached to see again. Departed family members standing there, younger, radiant, arms wide open with smiles that say, "Everything's okay now." Picture Helen, a mother of 4 who coded during emergency surgery. The instant she entered the light, her own mother, who'd raised her alone, stood waiting, looking 30 again in her favorite blue dress. "My girl," her mum said inside Helen's heart, voice warm as fresh bread. Then her brother, lost to a car crash at 19, stepped forward laughing, hugging her so tight she felt decades of grief lift. "We've been right here," he told her, watching the kids grow, cheering every milestone. They walked together through soft glow, catching up on every unsaid word, every regret dissolving in perfect understanding. Or take Miguel, who never knew his father. During his motorcycle wreck, a man appeared who felt instantly like Dad. Strong hands, kind eyes, proud smile. "Son," he said, "I've seen every step you've taken." They sat on a bench of light, Miguel asking questions he'd carried his whole life. Answers came as gentle knowing, filling empty spaces with belonging. Grandparents often greet first. One man met his grandfather who died before he was born. "He knew my favorite fishing stories anyway," he shared quietly. "Took me to a river of light, taught me casts we'd never shared on earth. But somehow I remembered. That meeting ended lifelong feelings of rootlessness. Strained relationships heal instantly. A daughter estranged from her father for 15 years felt only love when he appeared. "I'm sorry, kiddo," he said. "I see it all clearly now." They held each other until every harsh word vanished. She returned and called living siblings ready to mend. Children who've passed appear growing healthily. Parents meet babies as joyful toddlers running into their arms shouting, "Mommy!" or "Daddy!" One father played endlessly with his son lost young, laughter echoing in golden fields. Time stretches for deep talks, long hugs, memories reviewed with only love. No unfinished business, everything understood. Many hear, we never left you," feeling present stronger after returning. Tonight, close your eyes and picture someone you've lost, face lit with joy, arms open. Feel their love reaching across the veil right now. They want you to know you're never alone. Let that warmth fill you as you drift to sleep. Lean back and let me paint this picture. A beautiful garden beyond anything on earth, alive with colors and scents that make your soul sigh with recognition. When Peter had his severe reaction, he stepped into the most exquisite garden. Flowers bloomed in impossible colors, he described softly, petals glowing from within, releasing fragrance that smelled like pure happiness. Grass soft as velvet cradled his bare feet, trees heavy with fruit that tasted of childhood summers. Butterflies of light drifted by, leaving trails of sparkles. A gentle stream sang nearby, water clear as crystal, reflecting endless sky. A gardener named Rose met her late husband among rose beds more perfect than any she'd grown. He handed me one bloom, she said, through happy tears. Its scent held every anniversary, every quiet morning coffee together. Petals shifted from deep red to gold as she watched, soft as silk. Children describe endless wonder. 6-year-old Noah drew heaven's garden for months. Trees with rainbow fruit, swings that reached clouds, flowers that opened when you whispered secrets. Everyone smiled there, he told his parents. No one ever tired or sad. The garden often feels personally created. One man found orchards of his favorite childhood peaches, another quiet reading nooks with benches where loved ones waited. Crystal ponds reflected perfect memories, lotus flowers blooming in rhythm with breathing. No weeds or thorns, eternal gentle spring. Birds sang melodies that healed old sorrows. Many walked barefoot, feeling earth energy rising warmly. Some saw gazebos where family gathered, others secluded spots for peaceful reflection. The overwhelming sense is utter belonging. One woman said, "It felt like the garden had been waiting just for me, like I'd finally come home." Colors richer, light, softer, yet brighter, everything gently alive. As you drift tonight, imagine stepping into your own perfect garden. Feel soft grass, breathe sweet air, hear distant water singing. Let deeper colors surround you gently. This beauty waits patiently, ready to hold you whenever it's time. Come closer and let me tell you about walking along a tranquil river of light. One of the most soothing images people bring back. When Grace nearly bled out after giving birth, she found herself beside a river made of flowing golden white light. "It made the softest sound," she whispered, "like 1,000 kind voices humming together." Banks lined with luminous flowers leaned toward the current. Her grandfather walked beside her barefoot, hand in hers. They strolled slowly, every step bringing deeper peace. A veteran named Mark saw the same river after battlefield injuries. It sparkled with every gentle color, he said quietly. I waded in and felt dark memories flow away, dissolving completely. For the first time in years, his mind quieted. The river often marks a gentle boundary. People feel drawn but never forced. Some dip hands in and feel happy. Memories flow through fingers. Wedding days, children's laughter, quiet moments of love. Others see future glimpses reflected softly on its surface. Children describe it simply. Little Jacob told his mum, "The shiny river sang my name and promised I'd see it again." He wasn't afraid to return because of that promise. Walking its banks brings perfect serenity. No destination pressure, just peaceful strolling, often with loved ones. Air feels alive yet calming. Many notice weightlessness, steps silent on glowing ground. Tonight, imagine yourself there. Feel warm light flowing beside you. Hear its gentle song of love. Let it carry away today's worries. Walk slowly, breathe deeply, knowing this tranquil river flows eternally, waiting to welcome you home. Shh! Listen with me to the most soothing music imaginable, the kind that makes earthly songs feel like distant echoes. When musician David coded after his accident, silence fell, then this music began. It came from everywhere, he described softly. Layer upon layer of perfect harmony, voices and instruments beyond anything I've played. Every note healed something inside. His deceased daughter stood nearby, smiling as the music swelled around them. A mother named Laura heard it after childbirth complications. "It was like the light itself singing," she whispered. Choral yet deeper, thousands of voices in perfect unity, carrying pure joy. Colors danced with each note, spheres of light pulsing gently. Many describe it communicating directly, healing grief, revealing life's meaning, promising reunion. One man said, "It told my life's story in melody, every sorrow turning to beauty." Another heard his wife's voice woven through, singing their wedding song perfectly. Children hear it purely. 9-year-old Sophie told nurses, "Heaven's music sparkled and made my heart dance." She hummed melodies her parents had never heard. The sound heals on contact. A woman carrying abuse trauma felt dark memories lift as music washed through. Each note was forgiveness, she said quietly. Some recognized loved ones within the harmony. A widow heard her husband's laugh in the celestial choir, young and strong again. The music adjusts perfectly, gentle as a flute or grand as cosmic orchestra, always exactly what the soul needs. Many try recreating it after returning, but say earthly instruments can't capture its depth. As you relax tonight, imagine this music beginning softly around you. Let celestial harmonies cradle your mind, easing every tension. Feel notes of pure love vibrating gently through you, promising such beauty exists and will welcome you someday. Let the universe's lullaby carry you peacefully into dreams. Hey friend, imagine seeing colors so alive they almost breathe, hues that make everything on Earth look like a faded photograph. That's what so many people describe when they cross over for a moment. When Lisa had her bad reaction during treatment, the first thing that struck her was the explosion of color. "The blues were deeper than any ocean I'd swam in," she said quietly. "But warm, like they held sunlight inside. Greens pulsed gently, pinks shimmered like someone blew glitter across the sky." She stood in a field where every flower carried colors without names, shifting violets that sang, golds that wrapped around her like hugs. Butterflies left trails of rainbow dust that hung in the air. A mechanic named Frank, not the type for fancy words, came back, wide-eyed. "I tried painting what I saw when I got home," he laughed softly. "My reds looked dull, my yellows flat. There was this turquoise that felt like pure peace, and a purple that held every good memory." He described light itself, splitting into endless shades, each one touching his soul differently. Healing, uplifting, welcoming. Even practical folks notice. Her accountant named Diane said, "I'm all numbers, but those colors, they made me feel things I can't explain. A soft rose that smelled like my mum's garden, a silver that rang like bells inside me." She saw her life's happy moments projected in bursts of specific hues. First love in warm amber, kids' births in bright coral. Kids capture it best. 10-year-old Ryan drew crayons flying out of the box. "Heaven has colors that dance," he told his teacher. "Orange that tastes like candy, blue that hugs you." His pictures used every color layered wildly. The colors feel alive, aware, communicating love directly. One man touched a glowing tree and felt joy flow in through his fingers. Another saw regrets fade as dark shades brightened into light. As you settle tonight, let those living colors begin blooming behind your eyes, richer than any sunset, softer than dawn. Feel them wrapping you gently, promising such beauty waits. All right, let's ease into the life review. It's not the scary judgment some fear, but a gentle, loving look back that leaves you feeling understood and cherished. When Mark coded on the table, his life unfolded around him like a warm movie. I relived moments, he shared softly, but felt everyone's side at once. When he saw himself snapping at his wife during a tough year, he felt her hurt too and instantly understood his own exhaustion. Compassion flooded in, not shame. Those small, kind acts, holding a door, listening to a friend, glowed brightest, showing ripples he never knew. A teacher named Susan went through hers, surrounded by soft light. Every time I'd encouraged a struggling student, she said, those moments expanded, warm and golden. Harder parts weren't condemned. She saw the fears driving them, felt only tenderness. It was like a wise friend saying, "You did your best with what you knew." Many feel giver and receiver simultaneously. A dad who worked too much felt his kids' loneliness at missed games, but also their pride in him. He returned, calling them first, voice thick with new appreciation. Kids have gentle versions. Little Ava told her mum, "I saw when I shared toys, it made pretty sparkles. When I was grumpy, it felt cloudy, but light hugged me and said try again." She became more thoughtful afterward. No harsh scoring, just profound insight. One woman saw small daily choices multiplying into light. A veteran reviewed tough decisions with self-forgiveness he'd sought forever. The review ends with encouragement. Grow in love. People come back lighter, less afraid of mistakes, more grateful for ordinary days. Tonight, breathe knowing any review is wrapped in kindness, every step seen with perfect understanding, every effort celebrated. Let that gentle light hold your yesterdays tenderly. Listen close. Imagine every pain, every ache just vanishing the instant you're free of your body. That's the gift so many receive, complete freedom from physical suffering. When elderly Grace, plagued by arthritis for decades, had her attack, the constant joint fire disappeared. "I'd forgotten what moving without pain felt like," she told her daughter softly. "Suddenly I stretched, danced even, light as a girl again." She floated above, watching medics, feeling only peace where crushing chest pain had been moments before. Terminal patients describe it most movingly. James, worn thin by cancer, said, "All the burning weakness gone. I felt strong, whole, breathing easy." He explored beautiful places without limitation, meeting loved ones who showed him rivers of light. Even sudden trauma fades. A climber named Alex, bones shattered in his fall, hovered pain-free above rescuers. "I knew it was bad down there," he shared, "but where I was, perfect comfort, like floating in warm, healing water." Kids feel it purely. 7-year-old Mia, suffering treatment side effects, returned, beaming. "No more hurts," she told nurses. "I ran and played free." Her remaining time was calmer. Chronic pain sufferers find special grace. A man with years of back issues moved weightlessly, every muscle relaxed. "Pure bliss," he whispered. Another with migraines saw clearly for the first time in memory. Emotional pain lifts too, grief, anxiety dissolving in loving atmosphere. Many feel their true selves again, unburdened completely. Some return to hurting bodies but transformed. The memory of perfect ease helps endure, knowing pain is temporary. Tonight, let every tense spot relax fully. Imagine aches lifting like fog, feel your true light body, whole, free, painless. That perfect ease waits beyond, ready to welcome you home. Settle in and feel this now, the warm embrace of infinite peace, like the entire universe decided to hold you in the gentlest, safest hug. When Tom nearly drowned saving his dog, he drifted into what he calls the embrace. "It held me completely," he described quietly. Warm presence everywhere, no arms but deeper, knowing every part of me. Lifelong anxiety melted. His deceased sister seemed woven into it, adding familiar comfort to the greater warmth. A woman named Claire, after years of depression, felt the same. "I'd never truly relaxed," she whispered. Their peace wrapped me so fully I finally rested, really rested. Every guarded place softened, tears flowing from pure relief. Many compare it to being held as a newborn, but infinite. One man felt battlefield shame dissolve in its warmth. A mother sensed her lost babies safe within the greater embrace. Kids sink into it naturally. Little Sam told his dad, "A big warm cloud hugged me and said I'm home." He became the best cuddler afterward. The peace is full, rich, alive. Worries seem tiny from within it. Time loses meaning. Breathing draws in more peace. Some rest contentedly inside it. Messages come silently. You are loved beyond measure. Everything unfolds perfectly. People return carrying fragments, calmer in chaos, trusting life more. Chronic stress eases noticeably. Tonight, feel infinite peace gathering around you. Let warm light cradle every weary part, mind, heart, body. Sink deeper into the embrace that waits always ready to hold you fully. Imagine glimpsing a city of golden light shining in the distance, more welcoming than any place you've ever known. When Nurse Emily coded after her shift, she saw it across a peaceful plain. "Towers of living gold," she said softly, "warm, glowing from within, light pouring from every window." Music drifted faintly. Her grandmother waved from a balcony, young and radiant. A teenager named Jordan, after his overdose, approached the same city. "Distance didn't matter," he whispered. "Every step closer filled me with belonging." Walls shifted gently, gold to rose to white, all saying, "Come home." Families stood near gates, smiling. Many see loved ones on walls or streets calling happily. One woman recognized friends lost young, now grown in light, shouting her name joyfully. The city appears across light bridges or rivers, gentle boundary, yet inviting. Some see parks inside, fountains of liquid light, gatherings singing harmony. Kids draw it excitedly. 8-year-old Mia's picture showed God's shiny city with rainbow roads and endless play. "That's where happy lives," she insisted. "Light emanates from everything, no shadows. Streets feel soft, air sweet. Many hear their names sung by distant choirs. Most turn back before entering, but the glimpse removes fear. Returnees live more kindly, less attached to things. Tonight, picture that golden city glowing softly within. Feel its warm invitation reaching you. Know a place waits where light is home, love is breath, and you're expected with joy. Let its gentle glow light your dreams. Hey friend, let's ease into those quiet conversations with beings who seem to know your soul better than anyone, speaking wisdom that's kind and patient, never hurried. When Karen slipped away during her operation, a couple of gentle figures waited in the glow. "They didn't look human exactly," she shared softly, "but their presence felt ancient and caring, light flowing from them in soft waves. One drew near, and understanding passed between them like a warm current. No need for spoken words at first. She poured out her worries about raising her kids alone, and gentle reassurance came back. You've guided them with more love than you realize. Trust the seeds you've planted." Karen felt layers of self-doubt peel away, replaced by quiet confidence. She returned, calling her children closer, listening deeper. A mechanic named Joe, tough exterior from years in the shop, met a single being after his wreck. "He knew my regrets about yelling at my boy," Joe admitted quietly. but showed me the times I'd fixed his bike late at night, teaching patience without words. The being asked soft questions inside his mind, helping Joe see his gruff ways as protection from old hurts. "You're learning to open," it communicated warmly. Joe came back softer with his son, finally saying the apologies he'd swallowed for years. Many find lifelong questions answered simply. A woman searching for meaning heard, "It's in the connections you nurture daily." No complicated philosophy, just relatable truth. Kids talk freely. Little Noah told his parents, "The light friends knew my secrets and said it's okay to be scared sometimes." He stopped hiding his feelings after. The exchanges always feel timeless, healing with perfect insight. Some receive guidance for challenges ahead, others clarity on past pains. Tonight, picture a kind, wise presence nearby, ready to listen without judgment. Let heart questions rise gently, feel loving responses settling in. Come glide along with me into that incredible sensation of flying freely, just willing yourself forward and moving smoothly through endless calm. No wings or effort required. When adventurer Rachel flatlined on the mountain, she suddenly rose and began soaring. "It was pure intention," she whispered later. "Think left and bank gently, think up and climb through soft clouds that parted like curtains." She dove over luminous valleys, skimmed crystal waters, feeling wind caress without resistance. Laughter bubbled up from sheer delight, every fear of heights forgotten. A city kid named Marcus, after his asthma crisis, flew over vast, peaceful plains. "No plane noise," he said softly. "Just quiet rush, faster when I wanted, slower to savor views." He visited places from dreams, floating islands, glowing forests, exploring without limits. Many use it to visit loved ones from above, sending unseen comfort. One mother checked on her sleeping children, heart full. Kids raced joyfully. Little Isabella beamed, "I flew with bird friends looping higher than kites." She lost fear of roller coasters after. Direction comes from desire. Peace draws you to serene spots, curiosity to new wonders. No falling, only perfect balance. People return bolder, chasing stalled dreams with lighter spirits. Tonight, feel your body lighten, rising gently. Glide on invisible currents, free and safe, into sweet dreams. Settle in deeper and imagine stepping into a meadow where spring never ends. Grass soft and inviting, air filled with gentle warmth and distant birdsong. When teacher Linda coded after exhaustion, she found herself in endless green fields. "The grass reached my knees," she described quietly. "Velvety, bending lovingly as I walked barefoot." Wildflowers bloomed in waves of colour, releasing scents that evoked happy memories. She ran fingers through blades that sprang back perfectly, earth pulsing with life beneath. An older man named Harold strolled there with his wife gone years before. We lay down watching clouds drift slowly. He smiled faintly. Grass cradled us like the quilts she made. Butterflies landed trustingly, wings shimmering. Many picnic or play there. One woman danced alone, grass swirling patterns around her feet. Another gathered with family in shady spots under lone trees. Kids tumble endlessly. 7-year-old Theo told his teacher the meadow had hills for rolling and flowers that giggled when touched. He played outside more after. Fields rolled to horizons of soft hills, streams winding through everything in perfect bloom. No bugs bite, no sunburns, just comfort. People return, treasuring parks, lying in real grass, feeling faint echoes. Tonight, enter your endless meadow. Feel welcoming softness underfoot. Breathe eternal spring. Rest here cradled gently. Shh, let's linger on that tender message so many hear, delivered with such love it turns returning into something beautiful. It's not your time yet. When Nurse David nearly lost the fight after his injury, his late father appeared in the light. After strong hugs, his dad held him at arm's length. "Son," he said warmly inside, "your patients still need that steady hand of yours." Pride shone through. No disappointment, only encouragement. David felt unfinished stories calling him back, returned, fighting harder. A young artist named Sophia heard it from a radiant figure after her crisis. "Your colors have more worlds to paint," it conveyed gently. "Go create the beauty waiting." She woke inspired, brushes ready. Many receive from relatives. One boy met his grandpa. "Keep building those forts, kid. Your brother's waiting for more adventures." Kids understand simply. Little Mia heard, "Daddy needs help with the garden." She chose, return, eagerly. Messages always personal. Tasks undone, people needing you, growth remaining, all wrapped in affection. People return, purposeful, wasting less time, loving fiercely. Tonight no timing is held lovingly. Any "not yet" will come with deepest care. Come close and let this settle deep. The profound certainty that everything truly is all right. A knowing that quiets every doubt. When Widow Margaret reached the light after her fall, understanding flooded her. "My loneliness, losses, all part of a perfect weave," she said quietly. "Nothing wasted, everything meaningful." Grief softened into trust. A businessman named Victor felt it fully. "Rushing, competing, seemed pointless from there," he whispered. "Only love mattered, and it connected everything." Many recall forgotten oneness. One man saw life's pains as growth tools viewed compassionately. Kids grasp purely. 9-year-old Ella told her dad, "It's all good forever, no real bad." The certainty touches every worry. Why hardship? Why separation? All resolved in love's bigger picture. People return relaxed about outcomes, kinder in conflicts, grateful daily. Tonight, feel deep all rightness rising. Everything is, always has been, okay. Rest fully in this peace. Hey friend, let's slip into that beautiful place where time just melts away and everything exists in a perfect endless now, serene, unhurried, complete. When Sarah's aneurysm burst and doctors fought to save her, she found herself in a space without clocks or urgency. "There was no yesterday pulling at me, no tomorrow pushing," she told her sister later, voice hushed with wonder. "Only this rich, peaceful present." She revisited favorite moments, her wedding dance, rocking her babies, but lingered as long as she wished, savoring every detail without rush. Her late husband joined her, and they simply sat together in warm light, silence more meaningful than any conversation. Hours or lifetimes passed. It didn't matter. A firefighter named Mike, always racing against alarms, experienced the same gift after collapsing. "I'd lived by the bell," he said quietly. There, time stretched like warm taffy. I watched sunrises that never ended, walked paths that looped gently without repeating. He explored childhood beaches again, building sandcastles that stayed perfect forever. No deadlines loomed, only being. Many describe it as the ultimate rest. One woman spent what felt like years in luminous libraries, absorbing knowledge at her own pace. Another floated above earth, watching seasons change slowly below, feeling part of eternal cycles. Kids embrace it naturally. Little Ben told his parents everything happy was happening all at once, no waiting. He stopped rushing through playtime after. The serenity is full, not empty, awareness wide awake, thoughts slow and clear. Daily anxieties lose power when seen from timelessness. People return less enslaved to schedules, pausing to truly taste coffee, watch leaves fall, hold loved ones longer. The memory brings calm during busy days. Tonight, let time soften around you. Feel past and future gently fade, leaving only this peaceful now. Breathe here, fully present, carried into gentle sleep. Come wander with me into a vast hall of living knowledge, where answers don't come from books but flow directly into your heart, quiet, joyful, effortless. When retired Professor Allen coded during his procedure, he entered a space filled with soft, glowing orbs. I only had to wonder, he described softly, and complete understanding arrived. No reading, no study. He asked about ancient mysteries and felt civilizations rise and fall in gentle visions. Questions about his own life resolved as compassionate insight. Every struggle shaped his quiet wisdom shared with students. A young mother named Lila, after her reaction, touched spheres that revealed interconnectedness. I understood my children's fears, she whispered, saw how my hugs rippled forward. She experienced art, music, science as one harmonious expression. Knowledge felt light, not heavy, pure delight. Many access universal wisdom. One engineer asked complex questions and received intuitive solutions beyond current science. Truth was gentle, he said humbly. Kids visit simply. 8-year-old Zoe told her dad, the big library showed why stars shine and how love works. Easy. She read more eagerly after. The atmosphere is reverent calm. Beings sometimes guide, but mostly free exploration. No tests, just discovery wrapped in peace. Many weep from beauty of finally knowing without effort. People return with sudden insights, creative flow, deeper empathy. Fear of unknown fades. Tonight, let gentle knowledge begin to rise within. Feel patient wisdom waiting, ready to answer what matters. Rest knowing truth is loving, always accessible. Shh, let's meet the gentle beings of light, who guide with such kindness they feel like lifelong friends you've only just remembered. When paramedic Tara flatlined after her crash, figures of soft radiance approached slowly. They were tall, glowing warmly, she recalled quietly. No faces but eyes of pure compassion. One extended a hand of light. Taking it brought instant trust. They walked together through peaceful realms, showing her life's brave moments with pride. You've eased so much suffering, they conveyed silently. A father named Luis met a being after his heart event. It held space for my grief over losing my son, he said softly. No words, just complete understanding that healed deep places. The being radiated his boy's love too, woven into greater light. Many recognize guardians from dreams. One woman felt the presence that comforted her through childhood nightmares. Kids describe shiny helpers. Little Eli drew tall figures holding his hand. They said, "I'm brave and Grandma's okay," he beamed. They approach carefully, light adjusting to comfort. Communication heart to heart, healing reassurance, gentle truth. Some show needed guidance for return. People return, sensing them closer, trusting intuition more. Tonight, feel soft, radiant beings drawing near. Let their gentle light touch your heart. You are guided, deeply cared for. Rest safely in their presence. Lean in and picture the welcoming horizon glowing softly ahead, calling with quiet promise of home. When veteran John reached the light after his collapse, a horizon appeared, rose gold, breathing gently. It wasn't far or near, he described quietly. Just perfectly inviting, pulsing with love. His brother waved from its edge, young and whole. A young woman named Maya saw it across peaceful waters. "Colors blended endlessly," she whispered, warm pinks into golds, saying rest here soon. Family gathered along it, smiling encouragement. Many feel drawn without pressure. Some approach closer, sensing deeper beauty beyond. Kids see it simply. 6-year-old Leo drew the pretty edge where happy starts. Everyone waited waving, he said. The glow adjusts perfectly, soft, never blinding. Faint music drifts from it, air sweet with promise. Most turn back gently, carrying its peace. Fear dissolves, life gains softer focus. Tonight let that welcoming horizon glow within. Feel its tender call across gentle distance. No home waits warmly, patient and sure. Settle and feel this gift, being completely accepted exactly as you are, every part seen, every story known, every piece loved without condition. When recovering addict Chris entered the light after overdose, shame rose first. Then acceptance poured in. A presence knew every low, he shared quietly, and loved me more fiercely. No fixing needed, just perfect welcome. He wept from relief of finally being enough. A perfectionist named Julia felt every perceived failure known. "But the love said you are whole," she whispered. "My efforts, my stumbles, all cherished." Her father's light added familiar tenderness. Many experience opposite of judgment. One man felt hidden truths celebrated, another carried regrets dissolved in understanding. Kids feel purely. Little Sam beamed. "The light said I'm good even when messy." He stopped trying so hard to be perfect. Acceptance is active, healing. Wounds close naturally. Self-worth blooms. People return gentler with themselves, offering others grace, living authentically. Tonight, let complete acceptance hold you. Feel gentle light seeing all of you, loving every part. You are enough, always. Rest deeply cherished. Hey friend, let's step together onto that quiet shore where an ocean of calm waits, vast and crystal clear, stretching farther than eyes can see, yet holding you with perfect gentleness. When retired teacher Martha nearly drowned on vacation, she didn't fight the pull. Instead, she found herself standing at the edge of an endless sea that shimmered with soft inner light. The water was clearer than any tropical bay I'd visited, she recalled softly, eyes distant with memory. I could see down forever, yet there was no darkness, only gentle glow and tiny sparks dancing like living diamonds. She waded in slowly, waves lapping at her ankles with warmth that seeped straight into tired bones. Every step deeper brought waves of peace washing through her, carrying away decades of classroom stress, worry about grown children, the quiet ache of losing her husband years before. The ocean seemed to know her completely, responding to unspoken hurts with tender currents that soothed and lifted. A fisherman named Antonio, pulled from rough seas after his boat capsized, stood on the same shore. "I'd spent my life battling waves," he said quietly, voice rough with emotion. These moved slow and kind, reflecting a sky full of colors I'd never seen, soft roses melting into golds, blues that breathed. He floated on his back, water cradling him perfectly, no need to tread or fight. Schools of luminous fish swam beneath, not scattering but gliding in peaceful patterns, their scales flashing messages of companionship. Old fears of the sea dissolved, he felt held by something greater than any storm. Many immerse fully. One woman, exhausted from caregiving, let the water rise to her shoulders and felt every burden slide away like sand through fingers. "It tasted faintly sweet when I cupped it," she whispered, "like drinking pure calm." Another man grieving his brother dove deep and found him swimming joyfully among gentle currents, both laughing as light fish swirled around them in celebration. Children play without fear. Little Sophia, revived after her pool accident, told her parents wide-eyed, "The big ocean had no deep, scary parts, just pretty water I could breathe in." She swam with dolphins made of light, surfacing giggling, hair dry despite diving deep. Her fear of water vanished completely. The ocean often feels personally attuned. One man found areas where waves replayed happy memories, splashing with his kids at the beach, quiet sunsets with his wife, each crest bringing fresh joy. Another saw future moments of calm reflected on the surface, promising peace ahead. No cold shocks, no strong pulls, just eternal, gentle rhythm, perfect temperature, perfect depth. Some sit on smooth rocks, letting waves kiss their feet. Others float for what feels like days, time meaningless. The water heals on contact, quieting restless minds, easing heavy hearts, restoring wholeness. People return carrying that deep calm into daily life. Anxiety attacks lessen, ocean sounds soothe them instantly. They visit real beaches more, standing at water's edge, feeling faint connection to the greater sea waiting beyond. Tonight, picture yourself at that peaceful shore. Feel warm crystal waves touch your feet, inviting deeper. Let the ocean of calm rise gently around you, holding every part perfectly. Breathe in its serenity, let it carry you weightlessly into the softest, most restorative sleep you've ever known. Come wander with me through the quiet joy of revisiting childhood memories, not as quick flashes, but fully lived again, bathed in warm understanding that makes every moment glow brighter. When Accountant Robert, always practical and reserved, coded during his procedure, he suddenly found himself back in his grandmother's kitchen at age 8. The smell of cookies baking filled the air. Sunlight slanted through lace curtains exactly as remembered. But this time, he shared quietly, voice thick. I felt it all deeper, the safety of her humming, the way she wiped flour on her apron before hugging me. He helped stir batter again, tasting raw dough from the spoon, laughing when she pretended to scold him. Every sense sharp and perfect, no rush to grow up. A busy executive named Claire revisited summer evenings catching fireflies with neighborhood kids. We ran barefoot through grass still warm from day, she whispered, eyes shining. Jars glowing on porches, parents calling softly as stars came out. She felt the pure wonder of those nights, the complete absence of worry about tomorrow. Her father, gone 20 years, sat on the steps watching with the same proud smile, communicating without words how those simple joys shaped her capacity for happiness. Many relive harder moments gently transformed. One woman returned to a childhood hospital stay, but felt only the nurse's kindness magnified, fear replaced by comfort. I hugged my scared younger self, she said softly, promising she'd be okay. And somehow that promise reached back. Kids immersed joyfully. 9-year-old Marcus told his mum, I played in my old treehouse forever. Dad was young again, building higher levels. He stopped rushing through homework, savoring playtime more. The memories feel chosen for healing. Summer fairs with cotton candy sticking to fingers, building snow forts that never melted, family road trips singing off-key, colors brighter, laughter richer, simple pleasures profound. No sadness taints them, only gratitude for how they built resilience, wonder, love. People return cherishing present moments fiercely. They put phones down during family dinners, play on floors with grandchildren, notice small beauties again, fireflies, fresh cookies, warm grass. Tonight, let a cherished childhood memory rise gently. Step fully into it, feel the textures, smell the scents, hear the laughter. Let pure joy fill you completely, reminding those moments live eternally in light, ready to hold you again whenever you need. Shh, listen softly for that loving voice speaking your name with tenderness that feels like finally coming home after the longest journey. When firefighter Tom reached the light after being trapped, a voice spoke inside him, warm and clear as morning. Tom, my brave one, it said, you are safe now, deeply known and cherished. The tone carried his mother's gentleness, his first captain's pride, something vast and ancient, all woven together perfectly. It knew every rescue he'd made, every doubt he'd carried, every quiet kindness. A young artist named Lena heard it after her crisis. "Lena, dear heart," it welcomed, "your light has touched more than you see." It felt like every encouraging teacher she'd ever had, multiplied infinitely. When fears about her worth rose, the voice soothed, "You are creating exactly what the world needs." Many recognized loved ones within it. One widow heard her husband's nickname for her, spoken with the same affectionate tease. Another man caught his grandfather's distinctive warmth, saying his childhood pet name, kids here, purely. Little Ava told her dad, "A nice voice knew my whole long name and said I'm special forever." She fell asleep easier after. The voice adjusts perfectly, volume gentle, pace unhurried. It communicates beyond words, worth, forgiveness, belonging, flowing directly. Some ask big questions and receive complete knowing wrapped in that loving tone. It often delivers guidance. Go back, more beauty to paint, more lives to touch. Always encouraging return as continuation, not interruption. People return comforted by silence, hearing inner wisdom clearer. Self-criticism softens, they speak kinder to themselves and others. Tonight, quiet your mind and listen within. Let that loving voice begin speaking your name tenderly. Feel its warmth reach every hidden corner. You are deeply known, endlessly cherished. Let home's gentle call carry you into peaceful sleep. Hey friend, let's sink into the beautiful moment when every worry simply releases, floating away like leaves on a quiet stream, leaving you light and free. When nurse practitioner Grace reached the light after exhaustion, collapsed her. Worries rose first, patient outcomes, family needs, endless to-do lists. Then gentle release came. "They just lifted," she described softly, "not dismissed, truly seen as unnecessary weight." Bills, health fears, regrets over missed moments with her kids, all dissolved in warm understanding. Laughter bubbled up from the sudden freedom. A father named Daniel, drowning in work stress, felt the same. Deadlines, money worries, guilt over short tempers. "Gone," he said quietly, hands opening. "I saw them clearly, but from a place where only love mattered." His daughter's face came to mind, and he knew returning meant showing up more present. Many watch worries transform. Dark thoughts become soft light, heavy stones turn to feathers drifting upward. Some see them carried gently by light currents or dissolved in crystal waters. Kids release easily. 7-year-old Ryan told his mum, "Scary thoughts went poof like soap bubbles." He stopped nighttime fears. The surrender feels invited, never forced. Resistance melts in overwhelming love. People realize worries were stories, not eternal truth. People return lighter. Chronic overthinking quiets. Sleep deepens. They prioritize connection over tasks, forgive faster, laugh more freely. Tonight, name your worries silently. Feel them lifting gently from chest and mind. Watch them dissolve into soft light. Let peaceful surrender hold you completely unburdened. Rest deeply, knowing all truly is well. Close your eyes and rise with me into a sky where stars sing in perfect harmony, their voices blending into the most beautiful celestial choir you've ever felt. When stargazer Eleanor coded during treatment, darkness gave way to vast night filled with living stars. Each one sang its own clear note, she whispered in wonder. Together they formed chords of pure peace, vibrating through me like I was part of the music. Constellations shifted slowly in graceful patterns, notes rising and falling like gentle breathing. A night worker named Jamal saw the same. "No empty darkness," he said softly. "Every star a voice in this huge symphony, singing love directly into my heart." He recognized melodies from his mother's lullabies, woven through, personalized yet universal. Many drift among them. One woman reached out. A star's song became her heartbeat briefly. Another saw loved ones as bright stars nearby, adding gentle harmonies. Kids hear joyfully. Little Lucas told his parents, "Stars sang happy songs that made my whole body smile." He hummed new tunes for weeks. The music has no discord, perfect layers, healing and uplifting. Some see colors pulsing with each note, others feel memories illuminated by star song. Volume always perfect, soothing, enveloping. Many weep from its depth. People return loving quiet nights more, stargazing with deeper awe, finding comfort under real skies. Tonight rise gently into that singing starry sky. Feel harmonious notes wrap around you, vibrating peace through every cell. Let the celestial choir lull you tenderly into deepest, most harmonious sleep. Hey friend, let's drift together onto clouds that feel more real than any bed you've ever known. Soft, swirling mist that holds you gently, like the universe itself decided to become your pillow. When young pilot Amelia coded after her emergency landing went wrong, she rose into a realm where the ground gave way to endless layers of warm, glowing mist. It wasn't thin air, she described later, voice full of wonder, but thick enough to walk on, cool against my skin, yet comforting like steam from a hot bath. She stepped forward, and the clouds parted slightly, then reshaped to support her weight perfectly. No fear of falling, just complete trust. She ran, and the mist rose in playful swirls around her legs. She jumped, and it bounced her gently higher, like the softest trampoline made of dreams. Her grandfather, a fellow pilot lost years before, appeared walking beside her, barefoot and grinning, showing her how to shape the clouds into seats or glide paths with just a thought. A tired father named Carlos, after collapsing from overwork, found himself strolling across vast cloud plains that shifted colors with his mood, soft blues when calm, warm pinks when joyful. I lay back, and it cradled my head, my back, every tired muscle, he said quietly. For the first time in years, I wasn't holding tension anywhere. He rolled playfully like a kid, clouds tickling his neck, laughter echoing in the open sky. His young daughter, who'd passed, appeared running toward him, pigtails flying, and they played tag through mist tunnels that formed just for their game. Many dance or rest there. One ballerina with injured knees moved freely again, pirouetting as clouds formed graceful arches overhead. Another man grieving his wife felt her presence in every swirl, shaping hearts and words of love that lingered briefly before dissolving into new patterns. Children bounce endlessly. 8-year-old Matteo told his parents, "The clouds were bouncy castles bigger than the sky. I jumped so high and they always caught me soft." He lost his fear of heights completely. The mist glows gently from within, alive and responsive. Some see faint rainbows forming with each step. Others feel it massaging away exhaustion. No wind chills, just perfect warmth, perfect cushion. People shape it into beds, chairs, even animals that nuzzle playfully. People return lighter in step, less weighed down by gravity of daily struggles. They handle stress with subtle grace, remembering how easily the clouds held them. Tonight, feel the ground beneath you soften into welcoming mist. Let clouds rise to meet your weight, cool and warm, cradling every part. Walk, jump, or simply rest. Let this dreamy cushion carry all tension away as you sink into the deepest, most restorative sleep. Shh, come feel the warmth of a universal hug, not from arms but from presence itself, enveloping you completely like the kindest embrace you've ever known, multiplied infinitely. When single mom Vanessa reached the light after her collapse, the first sensation was this all-encompassing warmth. It held me from every direction, she whispered later, eyes shining with tears. No beginning, no end, just pure holding that knew every lonely night, every doubt about being enough for my kids. The hug pressed gently but firmly, like the universe saying, "I've got you," without words. Her deceased mother seemed part of it, adding familiar comfort to the greater embrace, communicating decades of unspoken pride. A veteran named Marcus, carrying years of isolation, felt the same. I'd forgotten what being held felt like, he admitted quietly. There, it was total, no cold spots, no pulling away. Every guarded place softened. Battlefield shame dissolved in waves of acceptance. He wept like a child finally safe. Many compare it to ultimate maternal love, but boundless. One woman felt her miscarried babies nestled within the greater warmth, tiny heartbeats syncing with the cosmic pulse. Another man sensed collective love of all who'd ever cared for him, woven together seamlessly. Kids melt into it. Little Olivia told her dad everything hugged me super big and said welcome home forever. She became the best hugger in kindergarten. The warmth pulses gently like a universal heartbeat, syncing with your own. Some feel countless beings contributing, yet perfectly unified. Messages arrive silently. You are cherished beyond measure. Rest here. People return more affectionate, hugging longer, touching arms during talks, offering comfort naturally. They carry subtle glow others notice. Tonight, let that universal hug begin gathering. Feel warm presence surrounding you completely. Front, back, above, below. Let it seep into weary muscles' tender heart. You are held eternally. Rest fully inside warmth that never releases. Come gently upward and imagine seeing our beautiful planet from above, bathed in soft light, filling your heart with overwhelming tenderness and compassion for every living soul. When Teacher James coded during surgery, he rose high above Earth. It hung there like a precious jewel, he described softly. Blue oceans breathing, clouds swirling slowly, cities twinkling like scattered stars. But more than beauty, he felt profound love for every person below. Conflicts appearing tiny, borders meaningless. He saw wars as brief shadows, kindnesses as lasting light. A paramedic named Sophia saw the same view after her accident. "I'd witnessed so much pain on calls," she whispered. "From up there, I understood it all as growth, every struggle part of greater healing." Tears streamed as she felt compassion for patients she'd lost, for colleagues burning out, even for those who'd hurt others, seeing their pain too. Many weep at the fragility and interconnectedness. One woman watched sunrise creep across continents, illuminating billions of unique yet united lives. Another saw storms raging, yet felt only tenderness for those beneath, knowing all passes. Kids describe simply. 7-year-old Kai told his mum Earth looked like a big pretty ball full of love lights. He stopped picking fights at school. The perspective shifts everything permanently. Differences fade, shared humanity shines. Many zoom to check loved ones, sending silent blessings. People return more connected, caring deeper for strangers, protecting the planet, treasuring shared home. Fear of others lessens. Tonight, rise gently above. See Earth glowing below, every light a life. Feel tender compassion fill you completely. Let this loving view cradle you into peaceful sleep. Lean softly toward this radiant bridge of light, arching gracefully over gentle vastness, leading toward serenity with every step. When Grandmother Evelyn reached the light after her stroke, she stood at one end of a shimmering bridge. It was made of pure living light, she smiled faintly, colors flowing through like rainbow rivers, warm under bare feet. No rails needed. Perfect safety. Her husband waited midway, young and strong, hand outstretched, with the same loving smile from their wedding day. A teenager named Alex crossed slowly after his overdose. Each step deepened peace, he said quietly. Light sang softly underfoot, harmonizing with my heartbeat. Below, earthly worries appeared as faint, dissolving shadows. Family lined the sides, waving gently. Many meet guides part way. One woman paused to embrace her sister, lost young, conversation flowing heart to heart, everything forgiven instantly. Kids skip happily. Little Emma told her parents. The rainbow bridge bounced a tiny bit, but never scary. Grandpa held my hand to the pretty side. The bridge spans rivers or connects realms, width varying, intimate for some, wide with many walking together. Light adjusts perfectly, never blinding, always comforting. Most turn back before the far end, carrying its promise. Fear of crossing fades, trust in transition grows. People return braver about life's changes, seeing bridges as leading somewhere beautiful. Tonight, step onto your bridge of light. Feel warm radiance support every step, colors flowing gently. Walk toward serenity, knowing loved ones wait with joy. Let the bridge's peace carry you smoothly into deepest sleep. Listen quietly for this tender whisper reaching your soul. You are safe, spoken with certainty that banishes every shadow of fear. When young Father Ryan hemorrhaged after surgery, panic rose. Then the whisper came clear and warm inside his chest. You are safe, beloved, it breathed, repeating gently until every cell believed. His stillborn daughter appeared briefly, radiant, adding her tiny voice to the assurance. A woman fleeing abuse for years heard it during her crisis. You are safe, dissolved terror, carried since childhood. She woke finally able to sleep without locking doors thrice. Many hear it upon entering light. One man battling addiction felt it erase shame instantly. Another suicidal from despair heard and chose return, carrying the whisper as lifeline. Kids trust completely. 5-year-old Luna told nurses, soft voice said I'm safe forever, even in storms. Night terrors ended. The whisper bypasses ears, reaching deepest places, sometimes rhythmic as breathing, until fully absorbed. No doubt remains. Safety feels eternal. People return calmer in crisis, comforting others with quiet assurance, trusting life deeply. Tonight, let the gentle whisper begin. You are safe. You are safe. Feel each repetition dissolve lingering fears. Rest held in truth that safety is your essence, always. Hey friend, let's wander slowly through forests where every tree glows softly from within, their light quiet and steady, guiding you along paths that feel like they've been waiting just for your footsteps. When librarian Margaret slipped away during her quiet evening at home, she found herself on a narrow trail, winding through ancient woods unlike any on earth. The trunks shimmered within a gold and silver, she described later, voice hushed with reverence. Leaves were every shade of green, but translucent, letting light pour through like cathedral windows. She reached out to touch bark smooth as polished stone, feeling gentle warmth pulse back, as if the tree recognized her. The air carried scents of pine and earth, but richer, mingled with something sweet like distant blossoms. Birds with feathers of soft light perched silently, watching with kind eyes. Her father, gone since she was young, walked ahead, turning to smile and beckon her deeper. A carpenter named Luis, after his workshop accident, strolled the same luminous woods. I'd spent my life shaping wood, he said quietly, but these trees shaped comfort around me. Branches arched overhead, forming natural cathedrals, leaves rustling in a breeze that whispered peace. He rested against one trunk and felt decades of physical toil ease away, strength returning without effort. His young son, who'd passed, appeared running along the path, laughing and pointing out hidden glades where flowers opened only when approached. Many discover personal clearings. One woman found a grove where trees formed a circle around a still pond reflecting starlight, her mother sitting on a fallen log waiting. Another man followed a path that led to open meadows edged with glowing trees, childhood friends waving from the border. Kids explore fearlessly. 9-year-old Sophia told her teacher, "The shiny trees knew my name and made doorways to secret places." She drew forests for months, always with smiling figures among glowing trunks. Paths wind without confusion, up gentle hills to vistas of endless canopy, down to quiet streams where light dances on water. Some see fruit hanging heavy, tasting of pure joy. Leaves release soft chimes when touched, harmonizing with distant melodies. No darkness falls, no branches snag, just eternal, gentle twilight, perfect for walking or resting. The forest feels aware, acknowledging each visitor with subtle shifts in glow. People return loving evening woods more, walking real forests, sensing faint connection to the greater ones waiting. Tonight, step onto your quiet path. Feel luminescent trees arching welcome, their gentle light guiding deeper into peace. Let living woods hold you tenderly as sleep comes. Come rest in this profound feeling that every question you've ever carried finds gentle, complete answer. Not in words alone, but in deep understanding that settles like warm light in your chest. When seeker Daniel reached the light after years of spiritual searching, confusion fell away. "I'd read hundreds of books," he shared softly, asked why suffering exists, what happens after, who we really are. In that space, answers arrived as direct knowing, compassionate, simple, complete. Suffering as chosen growth, death as gentle return, self as eternal love experiencing form. No debate, no doubt, just quiet certainty filling every empty space. A scientist named Priya, after her lab accident, felt the same flood. "Complex theories I'd wrestled with resolved instantly," she whispered. Interconnectedness wasn't concept, it was felt, lived. She understood cruelty's roots in forgotten oneness, kindness as natural state remembered. Many describe remembering truths always known. One man saw life's hardships as perfect curriculum viewed from higher perspective. Another felt divine presence directly, no intermediaries needed. Kids grasp purely. Little Noah told his mum, "I know why rain falls and why we hug now. Everything makes beautiful sense." He stopped anxious questions, just smiled more. Answers come perfectly timed, perfectly personal, never overwhelming. Lingering curiosities often resolve later in dreams or quiet moments, fragments carried back. People return less restless. Inner chatter quiets, acceptance deepens. They explain less, embody more, radiate calm others feel. Tonight, let gentle understanding rise within. Feel questions softening, truths settling peacefully. No need to grasp, wisdom flows when ready. Rest knowing all is gently revealed. Let's meet in reunions that heal every old wound, where time stretches for complete mending, love flowing freely until nothing hurts anymore. When estranged brothers Mark and Steve, one here, one past, met in the light after Mark's collapse, decades of silence dissolved instantly. "We just looked at each other," Mark said quietly, and felt every misunderstanding, every hurt word from both sides. But only compassion remained. Steve, looking 30 again, opened arms wide. They held each other until tears washed everything clean, talking for what felt like days about childhood dreams, missed chances, unspoken love. A daughter named Rachel met her mother after years of painful distance. "Mum knew my anger," Rachel whispered, "and I felt hers, both born from fear." They sat in soft grass, reviewing memories gently, harsh moments transforming into understanding. "I'm sorry, baby," her mum said. "I see clearly now." Every wound closed completely. Many experience family circles where generational pain lifts. One man joined ancestors, feeling old patterns dissolve in shared love. Another woman hugged the father she'd never forgiven, both weeping as truth healed instantly. Kids reunite innocently. Little Grace saw her baby brother, now a glowing toddler, running into her arms. "He knew me," she beamed, "said he watches me play." Her sadness turned to quiet joy. Healing is mutual, complete. Miscommunications clarify heart to heart. Apologies unnecessary when understanding total. Deep wounds, abandonment, betrayal become lessons in love. People return reaching out to living family, speaking truths, forgiving freely. Grudges feel pointless, hearts open wide. Tonight picture someone you've hurt, or hurt you waiting with gentle light. Feel the embrace beginning healing before words. Let every past wound soften now in understanding love. Rest knowing all can mend, in time or beyond. Come breathe with me this soft breeze, carrying pure love, touching everything with tenderness that feels like the universe itself, exhaling affection. When hiker Jonathan rose after his fall, a gentle wind enveloped him. "It moved through me," he described softly. "Warm, fragrant with unknown flowers, carrying love straight into my core." Every inhale filled him with acceptance. Exhale released old fears. His grandmother seemed to send it, her laugh woven through. A mother named Isabel felt it in a luminous garden after complications. "It lifted my hair like tender fingers," she smiled, "but deeper, caressing my soul." All recent pain vanished in its touch. Tiny sparkles danced within like light kisses. The breeze arrives first for many, welcoming gently. One man felt it erase war memories, blowing away smoke and guilt. Another woman carrying shame felt it whisper forgiveness through her being. Kids play joyfully. 8-year-old Sam told his parents, "Love, wind tickled and said I'm perfect." He laughed more freely, always perfectly warm, gentle. Some see it as divine breath, others collective love of all beings. It stirs flowers to sweeter scent, ripples light rivers. Many feel guided by it, turning softly toward beauty or back to life. Messages arrive in flow. You are cherished. All is well. People return noticing real breezes more, pausing to feel subtle comfort, sensing greater love. Tonight feels soft breeze beginning, warm, fragrant, alive with pure love. Let it touch your face, flow through hair, enter lungs with every breath. Feel it carrying tension away, filling spaces with tenderness. Rest, cradled in love's gentle wind. Settle deeper and imagine the quiet lake, reflecting infinite stars, still and deep, holding the entire cosmos in its mirror-calm surface. When night nurse Elena reached the light after her shift collapse, she stood at a vast lake, more still than glass. "Stars above lived within the water too," she whispered in wonder. "Billions of tiny lights shimmering below as brightly as above." Boundary between sky and lake dissolved. She felt part of one infinite whole. Her husband sat nearby on smooth stones, skipping light bits creating gentle ripples of joy. A fisherman named Luis saw the same lake after drowning. "It glowed from within," he said quietly. Every star had its twin below, connected by silver threads. He waded slowly, water warm and weightless, old sorrows sinking and dissolving. Many sit or float upon it. One woman lay back watching constellations form personal messages in reflections. Another saw loved ones waving from starry boats. Kids splash carefully. Little Noah told his mum, lake showed stars close enough to touch. They tickled. He gazed at real night skies with new wonder. The lake mirrors more than stars. Memories, futures, truths appear in soft, glowing images when needed, always healing. Surface heals on contact, calming thoughts, soothing hearts. No waves unless invited, perfect stillness reflecting perfect peace. Some drink and taste pure clarity. People return loving quiet water more, finding meditation easier near lakes, sensing greater mirror. Tonight, approach your quiet lake. See infinite stars above and below. Feel gentle oneness. Let still surface reflect your own light back, complete and beautiful. Rest gazing into eternal depths as peaceful sleep comes. Hey friend, let's linger in this gentle revelation where you're shown your life's beautiful purpose. Not as a grand lecture or checklist, but as a soft unfolding that makes every ordinary day suddenly shine with quiet meaning. When retired mechanic Harold reached the light after his quiet heart event at home, a loving presence guided him to a space where his entire life appeared like a vast, intricate quilt stitched with threads of light. I saw the big moments, he shared later, voice rough with emotion. But brighter still were the small ones, fixing the neighbor kid's bike for free, teaching my grandson how to listen to an engine, staying late to help a single mum whose car broke down. Each act glowed warmly, showing ripples he never imagined. The kid who grew up confident because his bike worked, the grandson choosing to become a teacher, the mum who paid kindness forward in her own community. The presence didn't judge the years he'd felt useless after retirement. Instead, it revealed how his steady reliability anchored so many lives. Harold felt tears come, not from regret, but from deep gratitude for a purpose built from everyday decency. A young writer named Sophia, after her severe reaction, saw her purpose bloom like light through pages. I doubted every word I wrote, she whispered, felt my stories too small. But there she witnessed readers finding comfort in her books during dark nights. One woman surviving loss because a character gave her hope, a teen choosing life after relating to a flawed hero. The presence conveyed gently, your gift is holding space for others' healing. No fame required, just faithful expression. Sophia returned writing daily, no longer chasing bestseller lists. Many discover purpose beyond titles. A stay-at-home dad saw his gentle presence shaping his children's empathy. Janitor witnessed how his quiet dignity uplifted weary hospital nights. Purpose always fits perfectly, never overwhelming, never insignificant. Children understand simply. 8-year-old Liam told his parents, I saw why I'm here, to make people smile and help lost bugs find home. He became the kid rescuing insects and cheering classmates. The revelation comes wrapped in pride, encouraging. Some see future glimpses of current struggles serving growth. Others feel past hardships as preparation for quiet service. People return aligned. Old dreams shift naturally. New ones emerge. They worry less about success, trust daily steps more. Life feels sacred, not random. Tonight, let your own beautiful purpose begin glowing softly within. Feel gentle light touching every memory, revealing hidden meaning. You are exactly where you need to be, living exactly what matters. Rest in this quiet assurance as sleep comes. Shh. Breathe slowly into this deep, calm assurance that life continues in love, and knowing that death is merely the gentlest doorway home to greater light. When widow Evelyn reached the light after her peaceful passing at home, understanding settled instantly. There was no question left, she shared through her daughter's recordings, voice steady with joy. I knew deep in my bones that consciousness goes on. Brighter, freer, more alive. She saw loved ones radiant, felt her own essence untouched by age or illness. The assurance wasn't belief, it was direct experience, like remembering you've always existed beyond form. A doctor named Paul, lifelong skeptic of anything spiritual, felt the same certainty after his heart attack. "I'd comforted dying patients with empty words," he admitted quietly. "There, I saw some waiting peacefully, no darkness, just continuing in love." He returned, speaking honestly about what he'd glimpsed, easing fears at bedsides. Many describe falling into truth, forgotten at birth. One man felt his soul expand timelessly. Another woman watched her life from above and knew the body was temporary clothing. Children carry it innocently. 6-year-old Ava told her parents, "When bodies stop, we go to happy light and still love everyone." Her fear of the dark vanished. The assurance removes terror completely. No void, no judgment, just gentle continuation in greater love. Earthly life appears as brief, precious school, death as graduation to deeper joy. People return unafraid of aging, grieving with hope, sad for separation, certain of reunion. They live fully, love openly, waste no time on fear. Tonight let calm assurance settle like the softest blanket. Feel gentle truth breathing within. Life continues, always in love. Your essence is eternal, safe, cherished. Rest completely in this quiet knowing as peaceful sleep holds you. Come closer and imagine meeting angelic figures radiating gentle light, beings of pure compassion who feel both ancient and intimately familiar, like guardians you've always had. When Nurse Tara flatlined after her long shift collapse, 3 figures appeared in the soft glow. They were tall, outlined in living light, she described quietly. No wings like pictures, just presence that felt like wings of light enfolding everything. Their gaze held infinite kindness. She felt every heroic shift and private exhaustion seen with pride and understanding. One placed a hand of warmth on her heart, easing burnout in moments. A grieving father named Luis met a single angelic figure after complications. "It felt masculine yet beyond gender," Luis whispered. "Radiant, soft as dawn, eyes holding every tear for my son." The being cradled Luis's spirit, communicating, "Your boy is whole, joyful, with us." Luis felt his child's light nestled within the greater glow. Many recognize lifelong guardians. One woman knew hers from childhood dreams. Another man felt the presence that steadied him through loss. Children draw them confidently. 7-year-old Maya showed pictures of tall, shiny friends who sang quiet songs. "They said Grandma's okay," she beamed. The figures approach slowly, light adjusting to comfort. Communication flows heart to heart, reassurance, healing, guidance. Some show future help arriving, others hold space for grief to release. People return, sensing them nearer. Prayer feels like conversation. Fear lessens, guidance strengthens. Tonight, feel angelic figures drawing gently close. Let their soft radiance touch your brow, your heart. Feel ancient wings enfolding protectively. You are watched over, deeply loved. Rest safely within their glow. Lean back and let this truth wash over you. The peace of knowing love never ends, that every bond continues stronger, deeper beyond the veil. When widower Henry met his wife after his fall, he felt their love intensified infinitely. 40 years together was beautiful, he said quietly. But here it's pure, no distractions, no aging, just complete union. They merged awareness briefly, feeling each other's joys and sorrows as shared treasure. Separation dissolved, only eternal connection remained. A daughter named Lily embraced her mother lost to illness. Mum's love felt bigger. Lily smiled through tears. Our hearts overlapped completely. Every childhood memory glowed warmer. Future support promised silently. Many witnessed love's continuity. One man saw threads of light connecting him eternally to family, friends, brief encounters. Another woman felt love from ancestors never met, flowing through her to descendants. Children understand naturally. Little Ethan told his dad, "Grandpa's love didn't stop, it's just huger now." He waved at empty air, saying, Grandpa waved back. The knowledge heals grief completely. Goodbyes become see you later. Love isn't lost, it transforms, expands. Distance impossible, separation illusion. People return cherishing relationships fiercely. Petty fights seem pointless. Forgiveness flows easily. They speak love openly, waste no time on resentment. Tonight, feel every love you've known gathering, brighter, stronger, endless. Let heart threads connect you eternally to those cherished. Love never ends, it only grows. Rest deeply in this boundless embrace. Settle deeper and picture this, a golden field under an eternal sunset, stretching endlessly in warm light that feels like the universe's gentle goodnight kiss. When Nurse Clara coded after exhaustion, she stepped into a vast field of waist-high grass glowing soft gold. The sun hung low but never set, she recalled softly. Warm light bathed everything without heat or glare. Grass swayed in breeze, carrying faint music, each blade tipped with tiny sparkles. Her patients waited in the distance, radiant and peaceful, waving welcome. A farmer named Elias walked barefoot there after his accident. "Better than any harvest sunset," he said quietly. Colors deeper, oranges melting into roses, golds breathing slowly. Air smelled like fresh bread and summer rain. He lay down and felt earth cradle him perfectly, lifelong aches gone. Many wander or rest there. One woman danced slowly as grass brushed her hands like loving fingers. Another sat with childhood friends watching colors shift in perfect harmony. Children run joyfully. 9-year-old Sophia told her parents, "Forever Sunset Field had prettiest sky, we played till sleepy without dark." She asked for golden crayons constantly. The light feels alive with love, caressing skin, soothing eyes, filling lungs with peace. No hurry for night. Sunset lingers eternally, promising endless, beautiful tomorrows. People return appreciating real sunsets more, pausing to watch, feeling faint echoes of greater light. Tonight, step into your golden field. Feel warm, eternal sunset light on your face, soft grass beneath feet. Let endless beauty hold you gently. Rest here as long as you wish, cradled in forever's tender glow. Hey friend, let's sink gently into the sound of laughter, rising like the purest music. Light, joyful souls sharing delight that echoes through the light and wraps around you like the warmest invitation to smile. When teacher Michael reached the light after his climbing accident, the first thing that reached him was this cascade of laughter, bright, contagious, coming from every direction at once. It wasn't mocking or overwhelming, he shared softly, eyes lighting up with memory. More like standing in a sunlit park where old friends are sharing the best story ever told. He turned and saw clusters of radiant beings gathered in loose circles. Some faces he recognized instantly. His college buddy lost to cancer years ago, his grandmother with that familiar twinkle, others complete strangers yet somehow family. Their laughter rose and fell in perfect rhythm, washing through him and dissolving every trace of the pain he'd just left behind. His grandfather, always the storyteller, stood in the center of one group, eyes crinkling as he spotted Michael, waving him over with the same gesture he'd used to call him to the dinner table as a kid. A nurse named Angela, after coding in the very ER she'd worked for 30 years, heard the same joyful sound. "Patients I'd lost over the years were there," she whispered, voice thick with happy tears, laughing together like they'd never been sick a day in their lives. One little girl she'd held through her final moments ran up, giggling, wrapping tiny arms around Angela's legs before darting back to the group. her peals of joy trailing behind like silver bells. Angela joined them, and suddenly she was laughing too. Deep belly laughs she hadn't made since childhood, every grief she'd carried from those hard nights lifting away in the shared delight. Many describe the laughter as multidimensional, healing on contact, entering the heart directly. One man heard his own younger self laughing freely, reminding him of innocence he'd thought lost forever. Another woman joined a circle where laughter built until she felt herself rising higher, lighter, completely unburdened. A veteran who'd forgotten how to laugh heard comrades lost in war sharing old jokes, their voices strong and young again, inviting him in until tears of release streamed down his face. Children bring back the purest versions. 7-year-old Lily, revived after her fever, kept bursting into giggles for days. Everyone was laughing the happiest laughs, she told her mum, eyes wide. Like the best birthday party, but it never ends. She said Grandpa told funny stories that made light birds dance overhead, and even the serious angels chuckled along. The laughter isn't forced or superficial, always warm, inclusive, drawing you in without pressure. Some recognize loved ones by their unique laugh first, before even seeing faces. It often accompanies reunions, turning tears to smiles instantly, healing old sorrows with shared joy. One woman heard her miscarried baby's laughter, bright and new, mingled with the greater chorus, promising wholeness. People return lighter in spirit, quicker to find humor in daily life, laughing more freely at small things. Seriousness softens, playfulness returns naturally. Tonight, let that gentle laughter begin to reach you. Hear it faintly at first, growing warmer, inviting. Feel your own heart lighten in response. Join the joyful souls quietly within. Smile, laugh softly if it comes. Rest cradled in endless delight. Shh, settle deeper now and feel this tender sensation, the soft touch of invisible hands, comforting and real, holding you with infinite care and knowing exactly where you need it most. When single Father David reached the light after his collapse, gentle hands, unseen but unmistakable, cupped his face and smoothed his hair. I knew I wasn't alone, he recalled quietly. They stroked my back like my own dad did, when nightmares woke me as a kid, but deeper, reaching every exhausted place inside. No bodies attached, just pure loving presence conveyed through touch. The hands guided him forward, easing panic until only peace remained. One rested over his heart, and decades of worry about raising his daughter alone melted away. A soldier named Chris, fading after injury, felt strong yet tender hands lift him. They held pressure where I bled, he said softly, but also held my soul, steadying terror. His deceased buddy seemed part of the touch, adding familiar reassurance to the greater one. Many describe variations, healing hands on aching hearts, cradling weary spirits, resting on shoulders heavy with grief. One woman felt tiny hands like her miscarried children's nestled in hers. Another man felt a hand on his forehead, cooling decades of anger. A mother grieving her son felt hands rocking him gently within a greater embrace, communicating safety. Children feel it naturally. Little Jacob told his dad, invisible nice hands pulled me up and hugged me tight till I wasn't cold. He slept, cuddled with his blanket afterward, smiling. The touch is never intrusive, always perfectly attuned, asking permission without words. Some feel it massaging away earthly pain, others simply holding space until ready to move deeper. It often accompanies the not yet message, gently turning them back with one last reassuring stroke. People return more tactile, hugging longer, touching loved ones' arms during talks, offering comfort through gentle contact. They feel subtle touches in quiet moments afterward. Tonight, let those invisible hands begin to reach you. Feel soft warmth on your brow, your shoulder, your heart. Let them smooth away tension, hold you securely. You are touched by love itself, always. Rest completely in caring hands. Come float with me into this beautiful glimpse. Future moments filled with hope. Gentle previews that fill the heart with quiet certainty and joy for the path still ahead. When Mother Emma met her deceased grandmother in the light, after complications, her grandma showed her scenes, not commanded, just offered with loving smile. "I saw my babies grown," Emma whispered, laughing, kind, surrounded by light I recognized as love. She felt the warmth of hugging future grandchildren, the pride of watching her children choose partners who cherished them. No specific dates or details forced, just emotional essence. Hope fulfilled, love growing deeper. Her grandmother squeezed her hand, communicating, "Keep going, it's all worth it." A young man named Jordan, after his crisis, saw himself older, content, helping others through similar darkness. "I'd felt my life pointless," he shared quietly. "But there, I witnessed people I'd guide, lives touched, because I'd survived." The glimpse gave strength to fight back. Many receive personal visions, careers blooming after struggle, reconciliations long desired, simple joys like quiet evenings with loved ones. One woman saw strained family ties mending gently over years. Another man watched himself old and surrounded by love, regrets dissolved. Children see simply. 8-year-old Noah told his parents, "I saw me big with a dog and everyone happy." He stopped worrying about growing up. The glimpses aren't guarantees, just hopeful potentials, always focusing on love's triumphs. Some see their own positive influence rippling forward. People return motivated yet patient. Hard days feel temporary. Hope sustains. They make choices aligned with those gentle futures, speak kinder, nurture relationships. Tonight, let soft scenes of hope begin glowing within. Feel future joy touching your heart now, loved ones near, purpose unfolding, peace deepening. Trust the beautiful possibilities waiting. Rest, held in hope's quiet light. Lean back and let this sink in gently. The deep rest of perfect understanding, where every question quiets, and the soul finally exhales completely into peace. When Seeker Samuel reached the light after long illness, understanding enveloped him like the softest blanket. "Everything clicked," he said quietly. "Not just facts, deep knowing that all was as it should be." His life's puzzles, losses, choices, pains, revealed as perfect steps in a dance he could now see fully. No more striving to figure it out, just complete rest within truth. A woman named Maya, after years of spiritual searching, felt the same. "I'd read countless books," she whispered. "There, understanding flowed without effort. Why we're here, what love is, where we go, all clear, simple, beautiful. Doubt dissolved, peace filled every corner. Many describe coming home to wisdom always carried inside. One man understood suffering's purpose without bitterness. Another felt divine love directly, no intermediaries needed. Children rest in it purely. Little Grace told her mum, everything makes sense now, like a big hug from God. She stopped asking anxious questions, just smiled more. The rest isn't sleepiness. Alive, aware, deeply rejuvenating. Thoughts slow to perfect stillness. Striving ceases. Many linger contentedly before returning. People return less restless. Meditation deepens. Inner chatter quiets. They explain less, accept more. Radiate calm others feel. Tonight, let perfect understanding begin to hold you. Feel old questions softening, answers rising gently. No rush, no force. Sink into deep rest where all is known and all is well. Let soul exhale carry you into profound peace. Close your eyes softly with me now. a choir of voices singing pure peace, surrounding you with harmony more beautiful than any earthly song you've ever heard. When musician Elena rose after her reaction, voices began, layer upon layer, perfectly blended, singing without words. It was peace itself made sound, she described quietly, thousands yet one voice vibrating through every part of me. Notes rose and fell like gentle breathing, each tone carrying love directly into her heart. Her deceased son's voice wove through, familiar yet expanded. A night worker named Alex heard it after collapse. Every genre I loved was there, he said softly, but transcended, symphony, gospel, lullaby, all one perfect expression. Colors pulsed with music, his body of light resonated in harmony. Many float within the sound. One woman felt old wounds close with each rising note. Another man recognized loved ones' voices, adding personal melody to the greater choir. Children hum along. 6-year-old Ben told his parents, "Angels sang the prettiest quiet song that made my tummy happy." He hummed new melodies for weeks. The choir never overwhelms. Volume perfect, enveloping, yet spacious. Some hear it accompanying movement through gardens or along rivers of light. Messages arrive in pure tone. You are loved, you are home. People return humming unexplained tunes, finding comfort in real music, deeper, singing more freely. Tonight, let that choir begin faintly around you. Feel harmonious voices of pure peace rising gently. Let each note cradle your heart, dissolve lingering tension. Rest surrounded by song that holds you eternally. Hey friend, let's drift gently into the moment of return, when the body calls you back, but you bring with you a glow of peace that lingers long after waking. When firefighter Alex was pulled back by defibrillators after minutes without pulse, he felt the gentle pull like a loving hand on his shoulder. I was surrounded by light and family, he shared quietly. But a soft voice said, "There's more for you to do." No harsh jolt, just a tender nudge. As he floated downward, the warmth stayed wrapped around him, easing the shock of cold air and beeping machines. He opened his eyes to colleagues' relieved faces, but inside he was still bathed in that glow. The first thing he did was hug his captain longer than usual, whispering thanks he couldn't yet explain. A young mother named Sophia, revived after massive blood loss, described the return as sliding into her body like slipping into warm water. "The love didn't leave," she whispered. "It followed me back, softening the pain, quieting the fear." She woke reaching for her newborn, tears flowing not from trauma but from overwhelming gratitude. The room felt brighter, the monitor's beeps almost musical. Many feel guided gently downward. One man saw his body from above, then felt loving hands lowering him like placing a child in bed. Another woman heard her name called softly, repeatedly, until she merged back with breath. Children return giggling sometimes. Little Matteo told his parents, "The light kissed me goodbye and said see you later." He woke asking for hugs, calmer than before. The transition isn't jarring when wrapped in love. Some feel a final embrace before awareness shifts. Pain returns gradually, buffered by lingering peace. People wake transformed, hugging family tighter, speaking softer, fearing less. Chronic anxiety eases, sleep deepens, they carry quiet assurance into daily life. Tonight, imagine the gentle return carrying you to dreams. Feel loving light lowering you softly into rest. Let its glow stay with you, easing every breath into peaceful sleep. Shh, come wake with me to that renewed calm. Waking up after the experience feeling lighter, clearer, like the world has been washed clean while you slept. When teacher Mark opened his eyes in recovery, everything felt different. The hospital room was the same, he said softly, but colours sharper, air sweeter, even the ivy beep soothing. Decades of low-level stress had vanished. He felt rested in his bones for the first time in years. His wife leaned over crying happy tears, and he cupped her face with new tenderness, whispering, "I love you," like he'd just discovered the words. A busy executive named Claire woke smiling at nurses. "I'd forgotten what calm felt like," she whispered. No mental chatter, just quiet presence. She asked for her phone, not to check emails, but to call her estranged sister, voice steady with forgiveness she'd struggled to find for years. Many described profound renewal. One man felt energy coursing gently, old injuries less bothersome. Another woman woke with clarity about leaving a toxic job, fear replaced by quiet certainty. Children bounced back brighter. 9-year-old Sophia told her mum, "I feel sparkly inside now." She played longer, fought less, hugged more. The calm lingers physically and emotionally. Sleep improves, appetite returns naturally, small frustrations slide away easier. People move through days with subtle grace, pausing to notice beauty, sunlight on walls, kindness in strangers' eyes. They wake grateful for breath, for ordinary moments, coffee steaming, birds singing, loved ones' voices. Tonight, imagine waking inside this dream, feeling renewed. Let calm settle deep in your bones, quieting every restless place. Drift, knowing tomorrow brings gentle light. Lean in softly now to this beautiful truth, how near death experiences gently remove the fear of death, replacing it with quiet trust and deeper appreciation for life. When veteran John returned after his heart event, death no longer loomed as enemy. "I'd faced it on battlefields," he shared quietly, "but always with dread. Now, it's just a doorway home." He stopped flinching at reminders of mortality, started speaking openly with comrades about their fears, voice steady with hard-won peace. A mother named Lisa, after her complication, woke unafraid to hold her newborn. "I knew if anything happened," she whispered, "love continues." She cherished feedings, diaper changes, midnight cries as sacred moments, no longer tinged with anxiety about time running out. Many lose fear completely. One woman stopped obsessive health checks, another man planned his will calmly, discussing it over dinner without gloom. "It's not morbid," he explained. "It's practical. Frees me to live fully now." Children often lead the way. Little Noah told his parents, "Death is just going to the pretty light. We come back or visit." He stopped fearing the dark, slept peacefully. The shift is profound yet gentle. People live bolder, quitting draining jobs, mending relationships, traveling, creating. They love fiercer, waste less time on petty worries, speak truths they'd postponed. Fear of death transforms into fear of unlived life. They hug longer, forgive faster, notice beauty daily. Tonight, let fear of ending soften completely. Feel gentle trust rising, death as doorway not end. Rest deeply, cherishing this breath, this moment, this life. Come close and feel this universal message whispering through every story. Love is all there is, the only reality, everything else gentle illusion. When Scholar Daniel reached the light after long illness, one truth rang clear above all. "Love is the fabric," he said quietly. "Everything else, pain, separation, struggle, just patterns woven through it, temporary." He saw conflicts dissolve into misunderstanding, kindnesses as eternal threads. A young artist named Maya felt it flood every cell. "I'd chased success, feared failure," she whispered. "There, I knew only love matters, creating from it, sharing it." She returned painting for joy, not approval. Many hear it directly. One man felt, "Love is the answer, always was." Another woman saw every religion, philosophy pointing to the same core. Children state it simply. Little Grace told her mum, God is love, and love is everywhere, even in sad things. She comforted crying friends with natural wisdom. The message transforms everything. People return, prioritizing connection, calling parents, reconciling with siblings, helping strangers. Material worries shrink, generosity grows. They love without holding back, speak affection freely, forgive easily, knowing love alone endures. Tonight, let this truth settle deep. Love is all there is. Feel it breathing in your chest, flowing through every vein. Rest completely held in love's gentle reality. Settle deeper now into why so many describe it as coming home. That profound recognition of finally returning to where you always belonged. When Widow Margaret reached the light, overwhelming familiarity washed over her. "It wasn't you," she whispered. "It was remembered. Like stepping into your childhood house after decades away, everything exactly right." Loved ones waited with knowing smiles. The air itself felt like family. A traveller named Luis felt the same after his accident. "I'd searched the world for belonging," he said quietly. "There, I realized I'd never left home, just forgotten temporarily." The light felt like his true address. Many cry from recognition. One woman said, "My soul sighed, oh yes, here I am." Another man felt earthly life as brief visit, this the eternal residence. Children often say it plainly. Little Ben told his dad, Heaven is home, I just visited Earth for school." He missed nothing after. The feeling is complete belonging, no outsider, no striving to fit. Everything known, accepted, celebrated. People return homesick in the best way, treating Earth gently, loving fiercely, living as temporary guests in a beautiful place. Tonight, feel yourself coming home within this moment. Let profound recognition rise. Here is where you belong, always have. Rest deeply in home's gentle embrace.